The story begins with the Red Ranger, Zordon, crawling toward the Yellow Ranger. She hands him her power coin and dies. This all happened because their own teammate Rita Repulsa betrayed the team and attacked them to get the Zeo crystal. She wanted to use its power to control the entire universe. In this brutal attack, all the Rangers were killed, except Zordon, who was badly injured. Before dying, he hides all the power coins and tells the robot Alpha 5 to stay there and wait for the next group of worthy Rangers. Just then, Rita shows up and tells Zordon that together they can rule the universe using the Zeo crystal. But Zordon refuses, knowing she'll misuse its power. He tells her that they're both going to die here, and at that moment, Alpha attacks Rita, knocking her into the water. Now in the present day, we meet Jason Scott. Jason is seen taking a bull into a locked room as part of a prank, but the police find out and they come to arrest him. Trying to escape, Jason speeds away in a car, but crashes badly. Later, we see Jason at home with his dad after weeks. He now has an ankle tracker because he's under house arrest due to his reckless behavior. He's not even allowed to leave the city. His dad is furious. Jason used to be a high school football star, but now he's been kicked off the team and is forced to attend detention every Saturday until graduation. At school, some kids make fun of him, but Jason doesn't respond. Then he notices a boy named Billy Cranston being bullied. Jason steps in and slaps the bully, warning him to stay away from Billy. In the same class, there's a girl named Kimberly Hart. She goes to the restroom to talk to her friend, but things go bad, their friendship ends, and her friend even cuts Kimberly out of a group photo. Upset and angry, Kimberly cuts her own hair. After class, Billy thanks Jason for helping him and invites him to hang out. But Jason shows him his ankle tracker and says he can't go anywhere. Billy then offers a solution. If Jason comes to his house before 7 p.m., he can disable the tracker and even let Jason drive his van for a while. Jason goes home, thinks about it, and finally decides to trust Billy. He heads over, but he's nervous because there are only a few minutes left before 7. Luckily, Billy manages to fix the tracker using his dad's tools. Jason is relieved. He's finally free to go wherever he wants. Billy then takes Jason to a restricted gold mine. Even though it's dangerous and forbidden, Billy believes there's something important hidden there. Jason doesn't really care and is about to leave in the van when he spots Kimberly nearby. He walks over to her. Kimberly suddenly jumps into the water, and when she doesn't come up for a while, Jason gets worried and is about to jump in to save her, but she comes out from the other side. After that, the two start talking. Meanwhile, at the mine, a guy named Zach Taylor notices a girl named Trini who comes there every day to meditate. At the same time, Billy uses one of his gadgets and causes a small explosion. Hearing it, Jason, Kimberly, Trini, and Zach all rush toward him. Zach asks Billy what he's doing, and Billy says he's trying to dig deeper. Trini is standing above on a rock, but because of the blast, the ground cracks and she falls down with the debris. Behind the rubble, a strange crystal wall is revealed. Zach notices something inside it and breaks it open with a hammer. Inside, they discover 5 glowing power coins, each of a different color. Each of them picks one up, confused about what they've just found. But suddenly, the mine's safety alarm goes off. The explosion has alerted the police. Hearing the alarm, all of them panic and start running away. Jason and Billy speed away in Billy's van. On the way, Jason spots Kimberly and Trini, so he quickly pulls over and lets them in. Just then, Zach Taylor sees the van and jumps right on top of it while it's moving. Now all 5 of them are together, escaping in the same van. As they're driving, they reach a railway crossing. A train is about to pass, and Billy is behind the wheel. Everyone thinks he'll make it across in time, but he doesn't. The train crashes straight into the van, sending it flying far away. At the same time, Jason's father, Sam, is out in the ocean during a heavy storm. Like always, he's pulling in his fishing net, but this time, along with the fish, he finds a dead body. It's Rita Repulsa. He brings the body onto his boat, not realizing that she's still alive. The next morning, Jason wakes up in his own bed. This confuses him because the van was completely destroyed in the crash. He looks at his red power coin, trying to understand what's going on. At the same time, all the others are alive too, and something has changed. They've all gained incredible strength. When Jason casually hits the sink, it shatters instantly. On the other hand, Kimberly Hart gets angry and squeezes her phone, crushing it completely. Now they all realize after last night they're not normal anymore. At school, Billy is bullied again by the same guy. But this time, when the bully tries to headbutt him, Billy doesn't even flinch. Instead, the bully knocks himself out. Seeing all this, Jason, Billy Cranston, and Kimberly sit together in the cafeteria to talk. They place their power coins on the counter, and suddenly the surface starts heating up. This convinces them to go back to the mine. Meanwhile, on Sam's boat, a police officer arrives to inspect the body. Sam refuses to go with him, so the officer goes alone. But as soon as he approaches Rita, she kills him. Back at the mine, Jason, Billy, and Kimberly return, and they find Zach and Trini already there. But as soon as Trini sees them, she runs away. The others chase her, trying to stop her, but she reaches a massive cliff and jumps across it. Shockingly, the rest of them manage to jump across too, but then Billy slips and falls into the pit below. Luckily, there's water, so he survives. Seeing this, the others jump in as well. Underwater, they discover a strange wall made entirely of water. They pass through it and enter an ancient spaceship. Inside, they come face to face with Alpha 5. Alpha tells them to stand on separate platforms. At first, they're scared and even think about running away, but eventually they step onto the platforms. As soon as they do, Zordon reactivates. A glowing projection of the Power Rangers appears in the center, each in a different color. Zordon explains that the coins they found have chosen them. Now it's their responsibility to protect the Zeo Crystal and the Earth. He then shows them a terrifying vision, where Rita is killing people everywhere. Shocked, they ask why he showed them that. Zordon tells them it wasn't a dream, it was the future. He explains that Rita is planning to create a powerful monster named Goldar, who will dig out the Zeo Crystal and use its power to destroy Earth. That crystal is powerful enough to wipe out entire worlds. And the worst part, they only have 11 days to stop her. But no one believes him. Thinking it's all crazy, they decide to leave. Only Jason stays behind. Zordon then tells Jason the truth. His old team died fighting Rita, and now he's trapped inside this wall. He explains that the red coin has chosen Jason as the Red Ranger and the leader of the team. Rita was once a ranger too, but she betrayed them out of greed for power. Zordon asks Jason to bring the team back together. Jason goes back to the others and tries to convince them, but they say everything Zordon said sounds insane, and they want to leave. Jason replies that he doesn't know what's true and what's not, but he believes Zordon. He tells them he'll return to the mine the next day at 4 p.m. whether they come or not, and with that, he leaves. Meanwhile, Rita emerges from the ship and begins killing people to collect gold. The next day, Jason returns to Zordon, and this time the others show up too. Zordon explains the rules to the team. He tells them that they must never use their powers for personal gain, and they should never be the ones to start a fight. On top of that, they must keep their identities secret. Then he asks all of them to stand on their platforms and says that if they want to unlock their armor, they'll have to change who they are and truly connect with each other. Hearing this, the group tries to link together and activate their suits, but nothing happens. Zordon gets serious and tells them that time is running out, so they'll have to train without their suits. He throws them straight into combat training against creatures from Rita Repulsa's army. He explains that if they want to reach Rita, they'll first have to defeat these monsters. So the team begins training day after day, but even after many days, they still can't properly understand each other, which means they still can't activate their suits. To motivate them, Alpha 5 shows them the Zords' massive, powerful machines that can take the form of mighty creatures connected to Earth's energy. Seeing the Zords, everyone gets excited, but Alpha warns them until they can activate their suits, they won't be allowed to use the Zords. So they head back to training again. However, Zack secretly tries to take one of the Zords for himself, but he has no idea how to control it, and the Zord crashes into the cave where everyone is training. Everyone starts running for their lives, and somehow the Zord finally stops. But because of Zack's mistake, everyone was put in danger. This makes Jason furious. Jason Scott starts fighting Zack, yelling at him. Zack fights back and tells Jason that he doesn't need to act like the leader. As the two clash, Billy jumps in and separates them. And in that moment, something changes. The three of them finally connect, and Billy's Blue Ranger suit activates for a brief second before disappearing again. Billy Cranston tries to activate it again but fails. Seeing this, Zordon gets angry and tells them the truth. Until they can truly morph together as a team, they'll never unlock their suits. And without their suits, they're not Rangers. He tells them to leave, saying they're not capable of this mission. Hearing this, everyone walks away. But Jason stays back once again. Zordon tells Jason that maybe this mission isn't meant for his team. He reveals something shocking. Once they morph, he will be freed from the wall, and then he himself will stop Rita, just like he did before. He also warns that Rita is probably already working on creating Goldar, a powerful monster. Once Goldar is ready, he'll dig out the Zeo Crystal, and once that happens, Earth will be completely destroyed. But Jason doesn't fully trust him. He starts thinking that Zordon just wants to use them to bring himself back to life. So he leaves and joins his friends, but doesn't tell them the truth. Meanwhile, Rita goes to a jewelry store to create Goldar. She starts consuming gold and using it as energy to build her most powerful monster. Just then, a police officer tries to stop her and opens fire. The shots knock her back, but she's completely unharmed. Rita then unleashes her creatures, and chaos spreads across the entire city. That night, Jason and the others stay near the cave since it's too late to leave. Jason asks Billy how he managed to morph earlier. Billy says that maybe if they truly understand each other, they can do it again. So they start opening up. Zack shares that it's just him and his mother and she's very sick. He's scared of losing her. Billy says he loves country music, something he's never told anyone before. When they ask Kimberly Hart about herself, she avoids the question and says she'll tell them another day. Then Billy asks Trini, and she admits that she feels different from others, and that she's attracted to girls. By sharing their secrets, they finally start bonding and become real friends. But that same night, Rita appears in front of Trini. She tries to intimidate her. Trini attempts to fight back, but she's no match for Rita. Rita then activates her own armor and tells Trini that she was once part of Zordon's team too. She demands to know where the Zeo Crystal is, but Trini doesn't know anything. anything. So Rita gives her a warning. If she doesn't find the Zeo crystal and bring her the location by tomorrow, she will destroy Angel Grove. And with that, Rita throws Trini aside and disappears into the darkness. Later, Kimberly Hart comes to Jason and admits something. She says maybe the reason they can't morph is because of her. She's been hiding something from all of them. Kimberly shares her secret with Jason Scott, something that's been eating her up inside and making her feel like a bad person. Just then, Trini messages everyone and calls them to meet. When they gather, Trini tells them that Rita Repulsa came to her. She warns them that if she doesn't get the Zeo crystal, she'll destroy Angel Grove. Trini even shows the marks Rita left on her neck and says Rita wants to meet at the boatyard. Jason immediately says they should go and face Rita, but the others hesitate. They're still not even fully Power Rangers yet. Billy suggests they should go back to Zordon first, but Jason reveals something shocking. Zordon wants to use them to free himself from the wall. Because of this, Jason says he doesn't trust him and decides to go fight Rita alone. Hearing this, the others choose to stand with him. Together, they head to face Rita. When they arrive, they see Rita holding a man hostage. Suddenly, she jumps onto him, terrifying everyone. The Rangers try to fight her, but she's far too powerful. She easily traps all of them using her magic. Looking at Jason, she realizes he's the Red Ranger, the leader. She demands to know where the Zeo crystal is. Jason says he doesn't know, but Rita senses that one of them does. She figures out that Billy Cranston knows something. Billy had actually discovered information about the Zeo crystal from his dad's old research. Rita threatens him if he doesn't tell her, she'll kill his friends. Scared, Billy gives in and tells her that the Zeo crystal is hidden at Krispy Kreme. Hearing this, Rita leaves, but before going, she throws Billy into the water and says they can't stop her. The team struggles free and rushes to save him, but it's too late. Billy is dead. Everyone is devastated. They take Billy's body back to Zordon and beg him to bring him back, but Zordon says there's nothing he can do. Hearing this, Jason breaks down and blames himself. He was the one who pushed them to fight Rita, and now Billy is gone. Jason says if he could, he would give his own life to bring Billy back. One by one, the others say the same. They'd all sacrifice themselves for Billy. And in that moment, something powerful happens. They finally connect as a true team. The morphing grid activates. Alpha 5 tells Zordon that this is his chance to come back to life. But suddenly, Zordon disappears. No one knows where he went. Then, unexpectedly, Zordon returns. He reveals that he could have come back to life, but only one Ranger could be revived using that energy. So instead of choosing himself, he chose Billy. Hearing this, Jason realizes he was wrong about Zordon. Zordon tells him that there can only be one Red Ranger, and now it's Jason's time to lead. Moments later, Billy comes back to life. Everyone is overwhelmed with joy. Billy then says they need to go to Krispy Kreme immediately and stop Rita. This time, they try to activate their suits again. And now, because they truly understand and trust each other, they finally morph. Their suits fully activate. Meanwhile, Rita reaches the gold mine and begins bringing Goldar to life. At the same time, her army attacks the Rangers. But now, things are different. The Rangers fight back, stronger, faster, and fully in control. They defeat the creatures one by one, even battling some underwater. More monsters attack, but this time, Jason activates his weapon and leads the team into battle. Now fully trained and united, the Power Rangers take down Rita's army together, fighting like a true team for the very first time. Meanwhile, Rita Repulsa finally succeeds in creating Goldar. She's thrilled and tells him that she missed him. Now together, they're going to destroy everyone. On the other side, the Rangers have already defeated Rita's entire army, and they feel victorious. But suddenly, Billy Cranston spots Goldar. He quickly warns the team. They're too late. Rita has already created Goldar, and he's heading straight for the Zeo crystal. Now, no matter what, they have to stop him. The team jumps into their Zords and heads out. At Krispy Kreme, Rita and Goldar begin attacking the city, causing chaos everywhere. But strangely, Goldar can't seem to find the exact location of the Zeo crystal. Just then, the Rangers arrive. Seeing them, Rita unleashes her demon army again, but this time the Rangers easily fight back using their Zords and destroy the creatures. Soon, Rita finally locates the Krispy Kreme building. Goldar starts breaking it apart, trying to reach the crystal, but the Rangers attack him before he can succeed. At the same time, Jason's dad arrives at the scene while searching for him. His car crashes and flips over after hitting debris. Realizing his dad is inside, Jason Scott rushes in, saves him, and moves him to safety. Meanwhile, Rita keeps searching for the crystal. Billy and Zach try to stop Goldar, but Goldar is too powerful. He knocks Billy away with a single hit, damaging his Zord. At that moment, Kimberly Hart uses her abilities to lift Billy's Zord and bring it closer to Rita. Billy activates a special attack, causing a massive blast that knocks both Rita and Goldar back. With Rita knocked down, her army is destroyed again. But then, Goldar revives Rita using his power. And with a massive strike, he begins digging deep into the ground to pull out the Zeo crystal. The Rangers quickly stand in his way and attack together. But Goldar is incredibly strong. He overpowers them and starts throwing them one by one into the massive pit he created. They try to hold on to each other, but fail. One by one, they all fall. A huge explosion follows. But moments later, something incredible happens. From inside the pit, a massive Megazord rises. Because the Rangers Rangers were finally connected as a true team, they combine into one powerful machine, the Megazord. Seeing this, Rita enters Goldar's body to control him directly. Now it's Megazord versus Goldar. At first the Rangers struggle, they still don't fully know how to control the Megazord, but even then they manage to grab Goldar, slam him down and attack with their weapon. Rita shouts that she didn't come just for the crystal. Even if she dies, others will come for it, and the Rangers won't be able to stop them. She claims that no matter what Zordon said, she was always right. With that, she launches one final attack. But this time, the Rangers are ready. The Megazord delivers one powerful strike, sending Rita flying into space toward another planet, where she begins to freeze. Back on Earth, people cheer as the Rangers save the city. They've finally become true heroes. Later, Jason goes to Zordon to return his weapon, but Zordon tells him it belongs to him now. He says Jason has done something even his old team couldn't do. Hearing this, Jason finally feels proud. After everything, the team decides to keep their identities secret and go back to living as normal teenagers. But now they're not just strangers anymore. They're true friends and a real team.